So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. What's the deal, everybody? My bad for being so late, but y'all know I'm late to everything. Tap in, tap in. I done told y'all a couple times before, I'm gonna be late to my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. Come on up in here. I got some real shit for y'all. Y'all ready? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Yeah. When a homie betray you and get your baby mama pregnant. Well, she wasn't my baby mama, but you know, she was my woman. Tap in. Tap in. Y'all ready? I got some shit to unload on y'all. I got a whole clip. Can you take a whole clip worth? Tap in. Tap in. I told y'all I done been through it all. You know what I'm saying? This is just another one of them crazy ass stories. So come on in so I can tell y'all what's what. Tap the fuck in. Y'all about ready? Alright. Let's get this started. Alright, so we gonna take this back to 08, 2008. You know what I'm saying? We gonna bag this train up all the way back to 2008. Yeah, we going there. All right. So 2008, I was 18 going on 19 at the time. Now the girl I'm talking about, me and her had got together like around the ending of '07. But this shit that, you know, damn, losing my breath because the weather changing. But what I'm about to get at with this whole situation happened in '08. You know what I'm saying? So let's bag it up a little more to '07 then. So I give y'all the whole drop on how everything happened and what was what. So I met this woman, right? The woman I met, she was part Indian. So she was like 60% black, like 40% Indian. You know what I'm saying? But she had real long natural hair. You know what I'm saying? Real straight, like Indian like hair. She was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was just so many people on her head. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the chats real quick. Being Deskew, what's the deal? Daco, my name is Daco. What's the deal, Daco? Wild Roblox, I'm from Brazil. I'm from Detroit. What's the deal? Letitia, what's the deal? All right. Now let's get back to it. Now, like I said, when I met this girl, right, she was, you know, part Indian, part black, right? Now, her mama, because I got to tell y'all the whole motherfucking thing so y'all can understand, you know, where I'm about to get at with all of this, you know. So her mama was like 70% Indian and like 30% black. Her mama was real light skinned, real beautiful. Her mama was a 10, you know what I'm saying? Her mama name was Andrea. Now y'all know I give y'all real names. I don't bullshit. I drop the real, you know. Now Andrea was a beautiful ass woman, you know what I'm saying? Andrea had a husband named Dwayne. Dwayne was a full black guy, you know. He had a little funny shaped afro. Now Dwayne, he looked like Jackpot the Juice. If y'all know who Jackpot the Juice is, go look him up on Instagram. Jackpot, that's my man's, you know what I'm saying? I got pictures with him and I'm gonna start dropping that shit. Y'all just watch my videos and fuck with me. I told you I fuck with all the Detroit celebrities, you know what I'm saying? So y'all to see this shit, ain't no cap. Tone Capone, 313, it's the D, you know what it is, baby. Now, with Dwayne, he had got Andrea because Dwayne got money, right? So he ended up reeling her in, you know what I'm saying? Now, he got a problem with his heart. Like, he got something on his heart. It's some type of detection or something. He got heart problems. I don't know if that's why he got money, but Dwayne had money. You know what I'm saying? And Dwayne was like 5'6", 5'7", something like that. He was kind of short, and he had money, but he had heart problems. So he had the short man complex, and also he had heart problems. So he felt like a nigga could try and take his woman at any time or whatnot. So he led with his money. He was one of them type of niggas that led with money. And Andrea loved it. So basically, she was with this nigga because he had money. You know what I'm saying? She was out cheating on him, all of that. And I knew about her cheating on the nigga and everything. So I ain't making up shit. This is real shit. She real life was cheating on this nigga all the time. And he knew it too, but he really didn't give a fuck because his whole thing was he won. Because, he got this badass Indian chick. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now y'all understand the parents. You know what I'm saying? Now with the daughter named Danielle. This is the girl that I'm talking about, right? All right, now Danielle, right? She was, like I said, mostly black, but had a little Indian in her. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was 18 going on 19 at the time. Danielle was like 17. I think she was a year younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the hood was on her head. You know what I'm saying? All the niggas in the hood wanted to get her because she had this exotic look. You know what I'm saying? All the other girls in the hood was black hood rats. You know what I'm saying? So when Danielle popped up in the hood, it was like, damn, she a little exotic. You know what I'm saying? She got Indian in her. So everybody was on her head, right? All right. So it was this drug dealer in the hood, nigga named Jamie. He one of my big homies, you know. Like I said, we still teenagers just becoming adults. Jamie was like 26, 27 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jamie was known for, dealing the drugs in the hood and shit, right? So, Jamie was definitely older than her. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't give a fuck. Because, like I said, everybody was on her head. She was just something different to the hood. You know what I'm saying? So, Jamie jumped on and he got her. Now he got Danielle because he a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? So she went for the shit. Now she was underage, and he in his late 20s, mid 20s, one in the late 20s. So that's pretty much like rape. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't give a fuck. He had to get her. You know what I'm saying? So he had her. He riding around the hood with her. All of that shit. He ain't give a fuck who thought anything different. He did not care. And back then wasn't nobody snitching or nothing, so he was doing this thing with her. It was like, well, whatever, that's their business type shit. Well, Jamie had an older brother named Bo. Now I need y'all to follow all this so y'all understand why all this shit happened. Cause I'm breaking all this down for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with Bo, right? Bo might have been like 28, 29 around the time, Bo was Jamie's brother. All right. Now Jamie and Danielle, they doing their thing. They was together for probably like 6 months or something, and then they relationship ended. Of course, they like damn near 10 years apart. You know what I'm saying? And plus we young and in the hood, so it was just some quick shit. So all right, as soon as Jamie and Danielle break up, I'm like, oh shit, this is my chance to jump on now. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, fellas, let me tell you something. Shoot your shot, man, because you never know, dog. Don't never think a woman is out your league, man. You never fucking know, dog. Just shoot your shot. If she shoot you down, fuck it. Roll that shit in the blunt and smoke it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do over here on Roll Up a Pull Up. So if she smoke you, then just go ahead and light that blunt, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But don't ever be afraid, dog. Don't ever think she out your league. She gonna play you or none of that because you never know. You know what I'm saying? And this was the thing with Danielle in the hood. Everybody thought that she was just cut for a certain kind of nigga. But real life, she just like the genuine nigga. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I shot my shot at her. You know what I'm saying? I think I jumped in her inbox on Facebook. This one we first started getting on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might have jumped in her inbox or something. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, she liked me. You know what I'm saying? So we started talking. Now I told y'all back then I was getting money back then. You know what I'm saying? I was making 1,500 a week back then. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, because before her, I was making like 700, 800 a week. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got with her, I had to turn my hustle up. You know, because Danielle wasn't no cheap broad. Like, you know, you had to have a bag fucking with her, and really, you only had to have a bag fucking with her because of Dwayne, which was the daddy that I was telling y'all about. You know what he do with Andrea. Now, Andrea is this high maintenance woman or whatnot, you know. So basically, Dwayne spending bags on her. He done bought her a Lexus car, all type of shit. Now, before he bought her that Lexus, she had a Sebring, a 2000 drop top Sebring. You know what I'm saying? This is '08, so the car was only a couple of years old. Well, Dwayne turned around and bought her a new Lexus. I don't know what kind of model it was because I'm not into Lexus, you know, but he had bought her one. So she stopped driving the Sebring. I'm gonna corroborate the Sebring later on in the story. I'm just letting y'all know, you know. So she parked the Sebring in the backyard, would never drive that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She always riding around town this Lexus. It was red, chrome rims. She bad as hell, so she just winning. You know what I'm saying? Her dude giving her all the money she want. She was just winning. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when I tuned in with Danielle, Dwayne like threw that on me, like nigga, you better spend the bag on her because this what men do over here. You know, when you got a bad bitch, you gotta spend that bread on her. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. I'm like, damn, you know. So this is why I had to turn my hustle up. You know what I'm saying? Because Dwayne wasn't for no games. He basically was pushing me to get my money up, like no cap. He was taking Andrea out of town every other week, like spending bag. He was spending money. Now I'm young as hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really in competition with this man because he in his 30s or 40s or something, you know. So I'm really not in competition with him because he older than me. But at the same time, I'm trying to up my game. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from him because he got the colder one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to learn something from him. Man, basically his whole thing was get your money up. You know what I'm saying? So I went from like that 700, 800 a week to 1,500 a week. You know what I'm saying? I doubled my shit. You feel me? So when I started getting my money right like that, it was over. You know what I'm saying? I'm blowing bags on her. You know what I'm saying? We doing the most. We like doing double dating shit. Andrea and Dwayne, me and Danielle. You know what I'm saying? We going out double dating and all that. You know, the parents and us. You know, like we was doing the motherfucking thing for real. You know, the family fucking with me. They love me. All type of shit. Right? All right. Now let me fast forward a little more. Now this a couple months in. We probably like 3 or 4 months in at the time, right? Now, when I first met her, I was staying at my parents' house. You know, I said I was like still eight. I was still 18 at the time. I was still staying at my parents' house, looking for me a place to move out. You know what I'm saying? I got my money up. I'm making $6,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I could afford this shit now. You know. All right. So I find this apartment building in Oak Park. I done told y'all about that. You know what I'm saying? Now this is how all this shit happened. I get this apartment building out there in Oak Park, right? All right. I'm in Oak Park. I'm setting up. I'm getting things right together. You know, this is my first place. You know, I'm new to this shit, right? Now, in between that, I didn't just tell Danielle to come move in with me. You know, I was just staying by myself. So I was staying by myself probably like a whole month. You know what I'm saying? Just so happened, Danielle and her parents, they had got into it type shit. You know, so when they got into it, they arguing back and forth, all this dumbass shit. So Dwayne calling me like, nigga, come get your girl. We tired of her, blah, blah, blah. Now they knew that I had a place in Oak Park. So they like, look, you know, get your girl, get her up out of here. We tired of her. She don't do shit. Fuck her. This your girl, take her. You know what I'm saying? So the parents basically gave me their daughter, like, here, nigga, this your broad, take her, you know. All right. So I come by, I pick her up. She got her bags ready, all that shit. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think that she was gonna, you know, try and move in with me. I thought maybe, you know, she was just mad at them for a minute and was just gonna come stay with me for a little while or whatever. All right, cool. Well, it turned the other way. She moved in, that was that, you know. So we living together, right? everything A1. You know, I told you at the time I was delivering pizza. You know what I'm saying? I was a pizza delivery guy. You know, I wasn't no drug dealer or none of that. I was delivering pizzas at the time. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Danielle didn't give a fuck. She was just digging me. Like, I was just her dude. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when she'd get out of school, literally, she'd come hop in the car with me and we'd just be riding around delivering pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was keeping it real with me like that. She just always wanted to be with me, right? All right. So, during that, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, with me delivering pizza and shit like that, I can get robbed of anything. You know, she ain't give a fuck. She was rocking with me. So I'm in love with her. Like, damn, she a real rider. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, you know, why don't we have a baby? You know, type shit. She like, all right, you know, cool. I don't got no problem with that. You know, we having sex raw. You know, we doing our thing. We living together now. You know, the parents approve of it, so it ain't like I'm doing no backdoor shit or none of that. You know, it was just vibing like that at that time. You know, so I'm like, let's have a kid. You know, I'm making the money. She don't got no job. All she do is go to school. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So she don't got no money or nothing. I'm the breadwinner, all of that. I'm like, you know, we gonna have this baby. It's cool. I'm gonna take care of everything. We straight. You know, that was the whole play. All right. Well, we trying to have a baby. We tried this for like 2, maybe 3 months. The shit never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just would not get pregnant for shit. You know, I'm like, damn, why the fuck she ain't getting pregnant? I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can't have kids or something. You know, nah, she didn't have no kids, so neither one of us had kids at the time. I'm thinking it's on me. Like, maybe I just can't have kids or something. You know, so all right, I stopped trying to get her pregnant because I ain't gonna lie, I don't like all that nothing in a woman shit. That shit nasty. I mean, I don't like that. A lot of people like that shit. I don't. You know. So when I said fuck you, let's stop trying to do that. I stopped nothing in her. Now I'm only mentioning this for a reason. Just follow me. You know. So I stopped nothing in her. Maybe this around February. You know what I'm saying? '08. It's around that time. Stop nothing in her, right? So from February to about May, you know, May come around, she finally graduated high school. She done with school, right? Okay, cool. Mind you, I'm still paying all the bills. We doing our daily, everything cool. No problems, right? Nah, she got this cousin. Now, I don't remember the cousin's name. I really don't. So I'm gonna just say Ashley. You know what I'm saying? So just say the cousin Ashley. She used to live here. Now I know her before she moved out of town. You know what I'm saying? But she moved out of town for like a year or two, and then she came back. Well, when she came back, she didn't have nowhere to stay. So she called my girl, Danielle. Danielle, like, yeah, me and Mr. Roller, we got this place in Oak Park. Ooh, why don't you come over here? So Ashley like, all right, cool. Ashley came over. I ain't have a problem with it because, like I said, I knew Ashley. So she come over. She bring a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got clothes and shit in it. I'm like, what the fuck she on? You know what I'm saying? She done got dropped off and everything because she don't got no damn car. So I already know what's up. She trying to spend the night. Long story short on that, all right, cool. I let her spend the night. Now, she spent the night for 3 days. 3 days straight. She was only spending one night, but it ended up that one turned into three, right? Okay, so with her spending the night, they going out clubbing every night for these past 3 days. Now, neither one of them had a car. I'm the one with the car. So how the fuck is they going back and forth to the club? You know what I'm saying? Well, they trying to play me like they homegirl come pick them up and shit like that. Now, I stayed in an apartment building. So, the parking lot was, on the other side. So it wasn't like I could look out the window and see who pulling up to come pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So I just took the word for it. Like, all right, they going to hang out with their girls or whatever. Cool. Now, the cousin Ashley was a fucking rat. You know what I'm saying? She was a rat bitch. I ain't gonna lie. But me and my girl was so locked in, I figured, my girl ain't even going for this shit. Well, fucked up decision. Even though I can't tell nobody what to do with their own body and they gonna do what they want to do, you know. But I approved it. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, go hang out and shit, You always with me all the time, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hang out with your cousin, go have fun, you know. Cause I ain't one of them type of hating ass niggas. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, go have fun, you know. All right. Well, come to find out, they not going to no damn club. They go to the hood and fuck with Jamie and Bo, the drug dealing niggas I told you about. You know what I'm saying? They over there in the hood fucking with them. So Jamie, he turned around and started fucking with Ashley. Because I told you Ashley was a rat. Now Jamie was with Danielle, which is my girl. He was with her before I got with Danielle. But now, fast forward to tape, now he fucking with her cousin, Ashley. You know what I'm saying? And Ashley right ass with it because Jamie the dope man. You know what I'm saying? So she fucking with him type shit. Now, Bo, which is Jamie's brother, he started fucking with Danielle, my bitch. Now, mind you, they lying to me, telling me they going to the club, but really they in the hood with the dope boys. You know what I'm saying? All right, so they fucking around, doing their thing or whatever. Now, day 3, in between these 1 to 3 days, they coming in 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. You know, every day they coming in later and later. Now they thinking I'm in here sleep, knocked out, so they trying to be sleep, open the door real slow and close it real slow and all that shit like I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I played it off for a couple days. But at the day 3, I was like, yeah, we ain't about to keep doing this shit, you know. So just so happened, I went to the hood. This was day 2, you know. I went to the hood one day, right? I ran into Jamie. Jamie is the dope boy, you know what I'm saying, that was with Danielle before I got with her. Mind you, just the big homie, you know what I'm saying? I ran into Jamie. He like, look, bro. He like, man, you my little homie, dog. He like, I don't want you to go out bad like that. I know you be taking good care of her, you know what I'm saying? He like, I just gotta tell you some real about your girl. Again, mind you, this was the nigga that was with her before I got with her. So it ain't no need for him to lie. But then at the same time, niggas do be bitter and be saying fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? But me and him, we was boys, you know. So I'm like, what's the word? He like, man, your girl, she a rat. I'm like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? He like, man, she be fucking Bo. What? He like, yeah, bro, she be fucking that nigga, dog. Straight up. Now, mind you, Bo is his brother. You know what I'm saying? So why would he have to lie on his own brother to one of the little niggas from the hood? You know what I'm saying? Now, I told y'all I'm about that life, so niggas know not to play with me anyway. But still, it was just a whole fact. Like, these niggas got 10 years on me, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas could have fucked me up or anything. He had to drop the dime on his own brother, but he did, and I'm glad he did. So I'm like, straight up. He like, bro, I never lie to you, woo woo. I'm like, all right, cool. I went straight to the motherfucking apartment. Went straight to Oak Park. I shot there. She not there. She gone. You know what I'm saying? I called her. I'm like, I played it cool. I'm like, yeah, baby, where you at? What you doing? She like, oh, I'm out with Ashley. We ain't doing much. What's going on? I'm like, come pull up. I miss you. I want to kiss on you and blah, blah, blah. Said all that little cute shit to make her want to hurry up and come back to me. She like, Daddy, I'm pulling up right now. All right, cool. So she get there. She thinking everything lovey-dovey. I heard you be fucking with Bo. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she denying it, all of that shit. So the cousin step in. I'm like, what the fuck y'all been doing these past couple days? You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, we just go to the club. And, we ain't doing nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, I done heard that y'all out here fucking with the dope boys. You know what I'm saying? What you thought I wasn't going to get word? Like, y'all must be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, check this out. I told my girl, Danielle, I like, look, I'm like, pack all your shit. Get the fuck up out of here. Just like that. I cut right into her like that. Now, mind you, we was together for like damn near a whole year at this point. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. The parents fucking with me real hard. Like, we all was locked. You feel me? And I ended that shit just like that. I don't play that shit. I cut some shit off instantly. I do not fucking play. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I put her out. I'm like, you got an hour to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll be back in an hour. If your shit's still here, we gonna have a problem. And Danielle know I don't play that shit either. You know what I'm saying? So I walked right up out that bitch. I went and made like 2 or 3 runs. I come back an hour and some change later. She gone. Now, mind you, she didn't have much because she had no money. She ain't had shit, you know. So she took the little shit that she had. She left. Cool. We done. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I don't know this 100%. It was just the fact that one of the homies from the hood that was with her before me told me that, you know, she out here fucking around on me with his own brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, we done. We done. Put her out, case closed. So she went to move back in with her mama. Now, I forgot, I told y'all about the Sebring. Let me bag that up a little bit. Well, one of my cars had broke down, you know, in the middle of our relationship. Uh, my car had broke down, and mom's let me use her Sebring, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And she told me don't let Danielle drive because she can't drive and all of this shit. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. I pulled off. We get in the Sebring, we pull off. Now, I'm real loyal with mine. You know what I'm saying? So when we pulled off, I started letting Danielle drive. You know what I'm saying? I told you, me and the parents, we was real close like that. So when my car had went down, mom's let me get her Sebring that she wasn't driving no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding around making my money in it. And, you know, on little off times and shit like that, I was teaching Danielle how to drive. So she learned how to drive. She got her license and shit. All right, she good. You know what I'm saying? I took care of that woman. I made sure she was straight. You know, I didn't been on that side of 100-0. You know, this is why I did that live about that relationship advice yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I told you, I've been through all of them 50-50, the 70-30, and the 100-0. Well, this was that 100-0. She didn't kick out nothing but some fucking pussy. You know what I'm saying? And a pretty face. You know, so anyway, uh, she learned how to drive. She got her license. So basically, I proved her parents wrong. Like, you know, she could drive. I taught her how to drive. She got her L's now. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up letting her have the Sebring. So within a couple of days of them, you know, going out clubbing and shit like that, and she ended up moving back in, moms ended up letting her have the Sebring. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I had got my car fixed. I returned the Sebring back. She ended up giving the Sebring to Danielle. Well, after I kicked her out and all of this shit, I started seeing her in the hood with this nigga Bo in the Sebring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, straight up? Okay. So I caught Bo on the block one night. Mind you, I said Bo like 28, 29, some shit like that. He way older. He got a good 10 years on me. And Bo was about that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't no whole nigga or none of that. He really was on that tip. You know what I'm saying? I actually seen him break a nigga jaw back in the day. He broke that nigga jaw. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no whole nigga or nothing I ran up on. This one of the guys, for real. So I caught Bo on the block one night. He drunk as hell. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. I'm like, nigga, let me holler at you. We walked to the corner because at the time where they was posted on the second house off the corner. And it was a whole bunch of people around the house. So I pulled them to the corner, like, come on, let's go to the corner. I need to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? So we stand on the corner with the street sign at. It's at night, the street light on, all that shit, you know. So we standing under the street light. The nigga drunk as fuck. I chopped into him. I was ready for the action, you know, like, we got to scrap. We gonna have to scrap. Even though this ain't over a bitch. This about the whole fact that you backdooring me. You know what I'm saying? So I looked him dead in his face. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you fucking my bitch. You know what I'm saying? What's up, nigga? Man, look. I promise you, on my kids, right here and on my kids, this nigga stood there in my face for a good 30 minutes, lying, saying he never touched her, he would never do nothing like that. I'm his little homie. He look at me differently because he know I be on it and blah, blah. Man, this nigga hit me with so much shit. He throwing his arm around me like, nigga, you my brother, nigga. I never do you like that. You know, he hit me with all of the shit, right? So he explained himself like a good 30 minutes. Like, bro, it ain't nothing like that. He like, if anything, anytime I was ever around her, I was making sure she was straight because you was my homie. You know what I'm saying? So I was making sure your girl was good, but we ain't never did nothing. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So I took his word because I wasn't there to see them having sex or doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It was just the fact that Jamie told me this. And this is Jamie's brother. Why would he have to lie on his brother? You know what I'm saying? But again, I had confronted Bo. And Bo, he told me he ain't never did shit with her. Now, mind you, she already gone. I didn't already put her out. That shit over. You know what I'm saying? But I just still wanted to hear it from his mouth. You know? So, like I said, he told me he ain't never did shit. All right, cool. Fast forward the tape. So now this like a month later after that shit, right? Well, Danielle come hit me up. She calling me and shit. I ain't answering. Keep calling, not answering. She write me on Facebook. She like, I'm pregnant. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That don't got nothing to do with me. It is. It's yours. That's what she hit me with. This is my kid. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it ain't my kid. Remember, we tried that shit for a couple of months and it never happened. Now all of a sudden we not together, and I done heard you been fucking with my mans. Now you pregnant all of a sudden. You know, man, that was a whole motherfucking episode. But I'm gonna fast forward all that. You know, so we gonna fast forward it to her having the baby, right? Now I went through all this shit with her while she pregnant because she just would not let me go. I knew this wasn't my kid, you know what I'm saying? But she kept on coming at me with it, like, it's yours, it's yours. I swear it's yours. I ain't never fucked with Bo, blah, 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 blah. Like, just pinning it on me, not having Bo take no responsibility in this shit at all. And she just strictly going with, it's mine. All right. Now, fast forward the tape. She had a baby, right? I was there when she had the baby. I actually got a picture of me holding the baby. You know what I'm saying? So she had the baby. I seen the baby being born. I'm in there in the emergency room, whatever, where she having the baby at. The whole family in there, they all looking at me crazy because they don't like me no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I stopped fucking with her, and they looking at me like I stopped fucking with her because she got pregnant and I didn't want to be a daddy type shit. I'm like, man, fuck all y'all. Y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was ready to scrap with them in the damn hospital type shit, you know? But I'm like, man, this shit bigger than us, you know? So I was there to see the kid, all that shit. I left, you know? Now, fast forward the tape a little more. This is probably like a month after that. You know, she's still on my head about this being my kid. So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a daddy to this child until I get a DNA test. You know what I'm saying? Now, the DNA test come out that it ain't mine, then we done. You know, that was my whole intention. She like, it's cool because it's yours, blah, 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 blah. And I ain't gonna lie, when I looked at the baby time to time, he did look like me. I thought he was mine. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'm getting the kid every weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding, feeding him, changing his diaper, all of that. Like, this is my kid. Now, mind you, I'm like 19, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. I'm being a daddy to this child, even though I know it ain't mine, but I'm not gonna bag out of it until I get this blood test. All right? Now, fast forward to tape maybe like 2 weeks after that. I was at my mom and my daddy house one day, right? This was a weekend I had got the child. Now, me and Danielle, we wasn't fucking with each other. So I had my mama go through Danielle to get the kid type shit. So basically, my mama would go get the child from her because my mama knew her. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we was all locked in at one point. So my mama know her. You know what I'm saying? So my mama would go pick up the child from her, bring her baby to the house, and then I'll play with the baby over there and, you know, shit like that. Well, this was one of them days I'm over there playing with the baby. My daddy, during this time, my mama, she would hold the baby and play with the baby, kiss on the baby, you know, things like that. My daddy, never. He never touched the baby. He wouldn't even look at the baby. You know what I'm saying? So one day I'm sitting in the living room holding the baby, and my daddy walked past. He goes to the front door, to look out the window. That was his thing. He always look out the front window. So while he looking out the window, I'm like, why you don't ever want to hold your grandchild? Now, again, I don't lie on the dead. This is my daddy. My daddy been gone 11 years, going on 12 years now. He turned and looked at me. He was like, son, that ain't your baby. He was like, that ain't my grandchild. I'm like, damn, straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm already speculating like this ain't mine. But then, like I said, after so long, I'm starting to catch feelings for the child. I'm like, damn, for real? So when he said that, I was like, you know what? I got to get a blood test for real, because my daddy ain't never came at me sideways. You know what I'm saying? My daddy always been stand up. And now I got this child, which he's supposed to be happy that he got a grandchild, and he not at all. Like, he don't want nothing to do with this kid. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't like my daddy, because he very family oriented. And he didn't want to have nothing to do with that child. He just knew it wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? All right. So fast forward to tape some more. This probably like when I was saying what just happened, that was like around that February, because she had the child that January. So this was like that February going into March when my daddy said that ain't mine. Well, I got the blood test like early May. You know what I'm saying? This is the only reason why I got the blood test, because I really fell back on that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started catching feelings for the child and all of that. I didn't have to deal with Danielle. Everything was working smoothly, So I kind of bagged off the DNA test, Well, this like the middle of April. Danielle trying to hit me up again. I done blocked her number and everything. I ain't fucking with her. So here she is in my inbox on Facebook. She like, you need to call me. I'm not responding. She keep on sending me messages. She like, I'm your baby mama. You got to talk to me. And blah, blah, blah. I told you I had my mama doing everything, so I ain't had no contact with her. I was just dealing with the kid. She started getting fed up with the shit. So she started threatening me. She said, if you don't call me, all of this is in my Facebook messages. She said, if you don't call me, I'm going to put you on child support. What? Yeah, she said she going to put me on child support. Okay. So I called her, because I ain't trying to get put on child support. I'm young as hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, I ain't trying to get put on no child support. So I called her. I'm like, what's up? I unblocked her number. I called her, what's up? She get to going crazy. Like, nigga, you need to come over and come get your own son. You need to be a stand-up man. And blah, blah, you ain't being no man. You having your mama do this, blah, 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 blah. Got to going crazy on me, right? I'm like, okay, right one. Dude, hung up on her. I hung up on her. Said nothing else to this broad. About 2-3 weeks later, like I said, around the beginning of May, I got served some papers in the mail, right? The damn papers I got served in the mail was for child support. So that means she had already filed the child support on me. You know what I'm saying? It was just that she was trying to get me to talk to her, but she had already filed the shit on me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now, where she filed the child support papers at on me is in Oakland County. Now, I don't know where you from, or, if you know anything about Oakland County in Michigan. Oakland County is one of the richest counties in the world. So she went to the wrong county. She should have filed child support in Detroit or something. Detroit is Wayne County. She filed this child support in Oakland County, which is like Southfield, Farmington Hills, Oak Park, all of them type of cities. You know what I'm saying? Well, she filed the child support in Oakland County. Again, Oakland County, one of the richest counties. They don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? So basically, in the paperwork that Oakland County sent me, they said, yeah, she put you on child support and everything. But before we go through with the child support, we need all three of y'all to come down here and take a DNA test. You, her, and the baby. Okay, cool. They had set a date for us to, come down there and take the DNA test at their office. It's called the 1200 building in Pontiac, Michigan. Anybody that know anything about Pontiac, Y'all know about the 1200 building. The 1200 building was right next to Oakland County Jail. You know, that's where they do all their paperwork at, in the 1200 building. All right. So before the appointment with Oakland County to do the blood test with them, my mama came at me. She like, look, you need a second opinion. So she like, I found a place that will do a blood test for you. I'm like, all right. It was like $300-400 at the time. Okay. So I went to the place. Well, I had the baby that one weekend. I went to the place. They swabbed both our mouths, right? They said they had the results in like a week. Now, what was scheduled through Oakland County was like a month and a half later. So I had some little wiggle time before that appointment. So I went and did this. They said the results would be in about a week. Okay, cool. Next week come, they called me. 0%. Said it wasn't mine. I'm like, what? Straight up. Like I said, I knew it wasn't mine, but it was just funny hearing this coming from some real lab people that, do them DNA samples and shit, saying it's 0%. I'm like, okay, big. So I'm like, I know this for sure not mine. So they gonna throw this child support shit out the window, when we go do our appointment. Bet. Well, after that, maybe a couple of days later, I get the papers in the mail from the lab place saying it was 0%, saying it wasn't my kid and all of that, right? So I got the paperwork. I'm like, hell yeah, this ain't my child. Well, my daddy like, just be cool. Don't say nothing. Don't let nobody know it ain't yours, none of that. He like, for sure it ain't yours. He like, I told you this wasn't yours. You know what I'm saying? He like, now you know. So he like, when y'all go do the appointment, he like, keep your head, straight. Don't act weird or crazy or nothing. Act like you don't know nothing. Take the test. Go on about your life. Okay, cool. So fast forward the tape a little more. Now it's time for the appointment with Oakland County. So me, Danielle, and the baby, we all go down there. Of course, we didn't go down there together. We met down there. You know what I'm saying? So when we get down there, they put us in this cubicle, with one of their social workers or whatever before we did the swab. So while we in the cubicle, Danielle sitting right next to me, with the baby in her hands and all this shit. So while the social worker doing the talking, she trying to be funny, like, here, take your son. You don't never want to do nothing with your son, blah, 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 like talking crazy. I'm like, oh, ain't that a bitch? So like, bitch, little do you know, I done did a DNA test and this ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, it's cool, all right. So I took the kid. I remember all this shit like it was yesterday, man. So I took the kid. I'm bouncing him up and down and all that shit. Okay, cool. Now it's time to do the DNA swab, right? So we do the DNA swab. They swabbed her mouth, my mouth, and the baby. They swabbed all three of us. All right. So the social worker like, this is what's gonna happen. Within 30 days, you gonna have a decision from us if this is your child or not. They said if we call you, which will probably be before the 30 days, they said we call you, it's your child. We call you, we gonna tell you it's yours, we gonna walk you through everything you need to do for this child support, blah, blah, blah. They said, now, if it ain't yours, we just gonna mail you an envelope, a thick little envelope like this, full of paperwork. They were like, if it ain't yours and you get the paperwork, you don't gotta read through the paperwork or none of that shit. They like, just go to the last page and just sign it, because it ain't yours. Okay, cool. So it's either a call or the paperwork. The call meaning is mine. The paperwork meaning is not mine. Cool. Right? All right. 30 days later, I get the envelope in the mail. It ain't mine. I fast forward all the way to the last page because it was like 40 pages worth of paperwork. I ain't reading none of this shit. I did exactly what they told me. I went to the last page. I signed my name, sent that shit back. So it wasn't my kid. So they dropped the child support case, all of that shit. Well, after that shit happened, you know what I did? I made copies of the DNA test that I personally took with the child. I made copies of that shit and I sent it to Dwayne and Drea and her whole family, the grandma, auntie, all of them. I made copies for all of them, so all of them will know this ain't my child. So whatever she tell y'all is a lie. It ain't my kid, right? I did the same shit with my baby mama too. You know what I'm saying? So I done did this twice. I done had two different situations where women tried to blame me for a kid and it wasn't mine. So I made copies of the paperwork and I sent them to their people. Don't be trying to hang nothing over my head saying I'm a deadbeat or none of that. I don't play that. I do DNA tests. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first time doing it back in, what was that, 2010? That was like around 2010 at that time now, when I had did my first DNA test. And I learned from there that anytime a woman ever try and holler at me saying that, she pregnant by me and all of that shit, I'm doing a DNA test. So to all the fellas, do a DNA test, my nigga. Don't let no woman play with you and tell you that this is your child. Man, do that DNA test. Just do it, because you will be surprised. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look up 10, 15 years later, and then you like, damn, let me do a DNA test. This kid really don't look like me now. I don't know. When the child was a baby, the child looked like me. Now the child 15, the child don't look like me no more. Now I want to do a DNA test. Then you do a DNA test, you find out it ain't yours. You've been taking care of this kid for the past 15 years, all for it not to be yours. You know what I'm saying? Now you mad in your feelings and shit like that because you done wasted 15 years of your life on this kid thinking it was yours. Get a DNA test. I'm living proof of this shit. Again, I've been blamed for 3 different kids. 3. Only 1 was mine. So 2 out the 3 was not mine. And the only way I was able to free myself was a DNA test. Without the DNA test, I would have been responsible for 3 kids. 2 of them not being mine. You know what I'm saying? So get your DNA test. Don't let no woman play you. Don't let her talk you out your game, talking about a real man. Don't do DNA tests and all of that lame ass shit. Don't let these women play with you, my nigga. Because if they doing that, they got something to hide. A woman that don't have a problem with you taking a DNA test, more than likely that might be your kid. But if they got a problem with you taking one, I can almost guarantee you it ain't your child. So get that test. Anyway, back to it, right? So I mail out the test to the family members and everything. So they ended up coming down on her ass, when they finally got the paperwork. They came down on her. Because I told you they was all against me for a minute because they thought I was trying to dodge being a daddy. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that back at the hospital. They all had this like beef vendetta against me thinking that I was trying to duck being a daddy. You know what I'm saying? But when I proved it wasn't mine, they got on her ass about it. So she called me crying. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put you through this and blah, blah, blah. Mind you, this is like a year later. From the time she got pregnant till the time I get the second test from Oakland County saying it wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? All of this took like a good year. From the time she was pregnant to the time I had got that second test, all of this was like within a year. Within that year of dealing with this shit, I went through so much hell with her, man. So much. It was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally got the results, it set me free. Well, like I said, she called me crying, apologizing, saying, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I thought you was the daddy. I really wish you was the daddy because I know you would be a good father to my kid and, hit me with all of that bullshit. So after all of this, she do all the whimpering and crying. I'm like, that's all you got? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you just put me through hell and all you can come at me with talking about some sorry? Like, motherfucker, I need a reimbursement check or something. Like, I've been going through hell the past year with you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she wasn't on none of that. She just wanted to apologize and hopefully we could be friends and all this fuck shit. Peace out, man. So I came at her like this. I'm like, so who is the daddy? Now that we know that I ain't the daddy, who is the daddy? Well, she coughed it up. And she said it was Ball. Yeah. The big homie I told y'all about. That motherfucking was drunk and lectured me for 30 minutes straight saying how he would never do nothing like that because I'm his homie and he would never turn on the homies like that for some pussy and blah, 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 all of that shit. Yeah. She finally came out and admitted that it was him. He was the father. She told me how it all started, which was when the cousin Ashley came over and spent the night. They started hanging out with the dope dealers. Well, while they hanging out with them, she called herself like, "Oh, I wasn't even feeling Bo like that, but he was telling me things that he'd do to me that you never did to me." Well, back then, I never ate pussy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't I ain't eat pussy till I was like 28. You know what I'm saying? Like it took me a long time to finally eat some pussy. You feel me? So back then, I wasn't eating pussy. But she was always giving me head and shit like that. So the way how she tried to counter that was she said Bo was all in her ear telling her he'd eat her pussy and, make her feel good and all of this shit. And she fell for it. That's why she gave him some pussy. Basically, because the nigga said he'd do something to her that I wouldn't do, which was give her head. So you open your legs to this nigga because he said he'd give you some head. When I'm your whole nigga, you live with me and I do the most for you. If you really was feeling like that, why you didn't just come home and come kick with me like, hey, look, you don't eat no pussy. I need you to do this. What's up? Because back then, our whole thing was she didn't care for that shit, and I never did it. So it was like it worked out. I didn't have to do it because she said that wasn't her thing. She didn't like it. Well, this was her excuse for cheating on me. Was the nigga was gonna eat her out, and she said that was all it was supposed to be in. But come to find out, he basically slicked her, while he was in the middle of eating her out, and he slipped his dick in her, and that was it. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But that was her excuse. That's how she played it. She played it like the nigga was just supposed to eat her out, and he slipped his dick in, and boom. And you know what I'm saying? He got her pregnant. The wildest part of it is she told me that she knew, the nigga nothing in her and shit. And she know this, but she didn't want to accept the fact that it was him. She wanted me to be the daddy because we originally talked about all that and worked all that out. We was supposed to be, that. We was supposed to be mama and daddy. So basically, he was like the fill-in daddy. You know what I'm saying? He the one that made it happen, but I'm supposed to be the real daddy. I'm like, bitch, I can't believe you on my line talking to me like this. You know what I'm saying? But I need to hear all of that because I really wanted to know who the fuck the daddy was. Even though I had speculations that it was him, because Jamie had already told me what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't know 100%. So for her confirming it, you know what I'm saying? That was enough for me. Like how they say this whole thing with having closure and shit like that. That was my closure, because I really wanted to know who the fuck was the daddy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I knew it wasn't me, but I wanted to know who the fuck the daddy was. Because it's like, bitch, we was a whole couple. We was doing our motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you just turned around and gave up the pussy to somebody and got pregnant by another nigga. How the fuck did that happen? Who the fuck is the daddy? You know what I'm saying? Man, when she ran that on me, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of hurt inside, because I invested a lot with this woman. I really thought she was my equal yoke, even though it was 100-0. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was my equal yoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just perfect. The parents was fucking with me, my parents fucking with her. We was locked in. And not only her parents, but her family. You know what I'm saying? Her aunties, cousins, grandmas, everybody. Like, everybody was rocking with me. Everybody loved me. Like, man, it was way deeper than what I'm telling y'all on this live, for real. I'm just summarizing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it really threw me off that she had got pregnant by another nigga when it was supposed to be me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to know at this point. And man, when she dropped that bomb on me, I was like, I knew it. You know what I'm saying? I knew you was out here on some fuck shit. Like, that shit lame as hell. But cool, it ain't my kid. I don't got to worry about it. I don't got to deal with the shit. I can move on. You know what I'm saying? So I moved on with my life, and that was it. But with me moving on, guess what happened? She had to tell him that he was the daddy. So when word got out in the hood that I wasn't the daddy, because of course I went to the hood, I told her, hey, I ain't the daddy. I'm with paperwork. You feel me? Now in the hood back then, man, it'd be 100 of us on any block at any time. So all you had to do was show your paperwork to a block full of motherfuckers, and it was gonna spread through the whole hood. You didn't have to go tell every single body. You could just be on one block and could just show your paperwork to a handful of niggas, and that shit gonna spread through the whole hood. So that's what happened. I came outside with that paperwork. Boom. That ain't my baby, dog. Hell no. And this is another thing, when I had first moved her in with me, the girls in the hood was mad at me, for real. They was mad at me. And you know how they say, people have red flags and shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, it was some red flags thrown at me, you know what I'm saying, before I started taking her real serious like that. But I was dodging all that shit, like this my bitch, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, with the hood rats, they telling me, they like, man, you know that bitch a rat. Why would you move her on the suburbs and take care of her? She a fucking rat. Just because she got that Indian in her, you want to do this and do that for her. I'm thinking these hoes hating, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all bitches just hating because I ain't moved y'all out the hood, but they real life was giving me them red flags, like, girl a rat for real, you know what I'm saying? Well, they was trying to tell me I seen all the red flags and I disregarded them. So this is another thing, fellas. When you get them red flags, cancel it. I'm telling you, cancel it. It's gonna hurt you more in the long run if you disregard the red flags that's given to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God throw people in your face to show you, hey, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And you go against it, that shit gonna get you in the end. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened. I was going against the red flags. With the girls in the hood telling me about her hanging out with her cousin, every night clubbing and shit. My girl wasn't even a clubbing type. But all of a sudden, y'all just out clubbing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some red flags, but I was disregarding it. Like, this my girl. Well, it cost me a year of fucking misery and pain dealing with this broad, all just to find out I wasn't a fucking daddy. You know what I'm saying? So when I had showed the hood my paperwork, word spread it all around that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So when the word spread it, Bo got word that I wasn't a daddy. Guess what this nigga did? This nigga up and left. He took a flight to Arizona. This nigga is in AZ still to this day. That was back in 2010. That nigga still in AZ to this day because he thought I was going to come get him. He thought I was going to come after him. That nigga did. That nigga still in AZ to this day. No lie. You know what I'm saying? And he ducking her at the same time because he don't want to take care of the kid. Well, the kid, 14 now? So let's fast forward to tape. The kid 14 now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I look on her Facebook time to time because, like I said, me and her, we was a whole thing, So I look at her Facebook and I look at the kid 14, he grown as hell. He don't look nothing like me. And I'm glad I did do that DNA test because you could clearly tell he is not mine. You know what I'm saying? And he do look like him, but he look like her and him, Well, fast forward to tape, I guess they finally, got it right or whatever. Now he being a daddy. So I see pictures of him, her, and the child together, They not in a relationship together, but, they co-parenting and everything. But he still haven't came back here. That nigga ducking me. And I don't even want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is how I be coming, man. I'm trying to tell you, I'm one of the guys for real, This nigga still is in AZ to this day. Straight duck the fuck out of me. Real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even give a fuck. I was 14, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I done grew up so much. I got kids of my own now. My life different now. You know what I'm saying? But when you wanted the guys for real, you carry that torch. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga will not come back. Sad, man, but it's the fucking truth. You know? It's life for you, man. But it ain't mine. I got cleared of the shit. And, you know, karma a bitch. Because now he stuck with a baby mama that he don't even want to be his baby mama. And he got a kid by a woman he don't want to have a kid by. So that nigga just out here fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you get when you backdoor your people. You know what I'm saying? That karma is swing the block on your ass. And when it swing the block, my nigga, you got to stand on it. And he ain't stand on it. That nigga took a flight to AZ. He got the fuck on. It's still gone to this day, man. Sad. But it is what it is. And like I told you, I don't make up fake names or none of that. You watch any of my videos, I name drop everybody. Everything I'd say is real, and all the names I bring up is real people names. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody saying I'm making up stories or none of that. I drop people names. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm one of the guys. Ain't no coming for me. You know? Even with me being older and not even on there no more, I would still come get your ass. It's always on the floor with me. You know what I'm saying? I just grew out of shit, but I'm still like that. And always gonna be like that. Be careful with who you out here fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Who you having kids by. Who you out here fucking. Who you calling your boys. Who you calling your friends. Be careful and be wary of all of this shit. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people be waiting on you to close your eyes just so they can stab you in the back. This is one of them type of stories. I got backstabbed by my big homie and my bitch at the same time. Wicked. It's been another live stream and roll up a power. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.